So that is our brand new Melting Pot Tartan. This one was another one of those abstract ones where
it was hard.
Yeah,
it was super hard.
I knew the things I wanted to do, and I knew how hard it was going to be, and I hate prior Rocky from 2 years ago for thinking up these difficult concepts to make tartans for.
Landscapes are easy.
Yes.
Landmarks are easy.
Yes. Comedy is hard.
Comedy is hard. Yeah.
No, it's, we went through how many permutations of ideas for Melting Pot.
Something like that.
We had one where we went like on the nose, like black and red, actual melting pot. But then we thought like witch's cauldron. This looks like death.
It was very metal.
Yes, it was very metal.
It was not. Yeah.
But so we kind of settled on the idea of how do we incorporate all the nationalities, all the colors, all the creeds, all the religions, all the whatevers,
right,
into this salad bowl mixture.
It's like, how about a color for each continent? It's like, I don't know. What about different colors or different stripes for different immigrant populations and groups? And it's like, no, that's not complete enough either. So,
yeah, there's no way to make it complete. Period.
Which is a good thing.
There's no way to tell the entire story of America and all the different groups that have actually contributed in a 3-minute marketing video about a particular tartan.
Yeah. Or the description itself, because usually we would have there'll be a section with the write-up where it's saying and we make a decision that, okay, this line represents this line represents that. No, it's all just a vibe with this one.
Yeah.
So
we kind of settled on the concept of using essentially the rainbow of colors, one of each of the major colors in the design to represent all the different flags of all the different countries. That's the best way to kind of incorporate all of it. And then we added black and white for a bit of contrast. And for a very, very, and then come up with a good design using every color of the rainbow is a difficult challenge in its own right.
Yeah.
There's a couple different rainbow tartans and they're very, very bold. But we knew we wanted to kind of give it a muted, gritty kind of.
And you wanted to end on
texture.
You wanted to end on a more traditional note too. So this is the most window painty, most traditional looking tartan, I think, almost of the entire collection. Yeah,
it very much gives me McDonald the Glengarry / McDonald the Clanranald vibes,
because it doesn't have the gradations that we've used in other designs.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's utilizing every different color of the rainbow, Roji Biv plus black and white, in a subtle way. They sneak in there, like you don't recognize that there's purple in there or that there's all these different colors until you start really looking at it. You're like, oh wow, there really is every color in there.
This is one of those ones that looks fantastic in sunlight.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
yeah. I like it both from 10 feet as a traditional look and then as you zoom into it.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Marty, you have a thought, question?
Just to throw it in here, since I'm the guy who photographed this particular tartan, it's really something you probably want to see in person.
Yeah.
Because even just like looking at my screen versus Jordan's screen versus I'm sure what you guys are seeing, looks different. And we worked really hard on making sure that it looked good in the photo, but like inevitably you have to see it in person to really get it. This is one of those where it's so subtle, you really want to see it in person. And yes, in the sunlight, it looks beautiful in sunlight.
Yeah, I often say with a lot of different things, like if you're not sure, get a swatch. This falls into that category for sure.
Yeah,
which is kind of awesome.
Agreed. So
very cool.
What are the people commenting on? Yay, nay? How do we do?
Yeah.
Are we being roasted in the comments?
No, we got a couple people with Conan. Really, really excited about that. And then after that, the Guatemalan Piper threw in, "Excuse me, I have something in my eyes." People really are emotionally responding to the ad, which reflects on our Facebook, on all the other platforms that we've seen it on. People are really kind of touched by this, which is really nice. It's very, very nice.
Yeah. Guys, quick break in the middle of our video here. If you like this type of content, do me a favor, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash all the buttons, smash your keyboard. Do everything you can to give us a follow. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
That is kind of the point.
Yeah.
It's to come up with this positive, all the parts of the America's 250th collection. Everything that we tried to do in this was highlight the positive aspects of our country, of our culture, of our relationships, all of it is try to have a positive light. There's enough negativity out in the world to skin a cat. I don't know. Speaking of negative, we shouldn't skin cats. But
Yeah.
point is, we're trying to give it a little bit of room to breathe and remember why we do certain things. Remember that there are good things. There are good positive things out there in the world. So I'm happy that we started the collection with the E Pluribus Unum Tartan of Many One, and we're ending it with Melting Pot, salad bowl, mosaic, whatever you want to call it. Because people get nuts about what you call the thing. What it's called doesn't freaking matter. It's the idea, it's the concept, it's the emotion behind it that we're trying to convey. So starting with, out of Many One and ending up with the Melting Pot Tartan, I'm pleased with the arc that the entire collection has taken.
Came full circle.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Yeah. I didn't actually that thought didn't occur to me until literally this morning. Like, hey, we did kind of come full circle in it. So yeah, I'm very pleased, and I'm pleased with the reception that the whole collection has gotten. It's people aren't, generally speaking, picking it apart or being negative and fighting in the comments. It's been that little bit of a respite. It's been that port in a storm where people can go like, yeah, this is cool. This is, I do know why we do these things. We're reminding people of that.
Same idea.
So, indeed.
And yeah, Melting Pot isn't the perfect term. It's 120 years old or so. But I don't think it would work if we put out a tartan called Salad Bowl. Or fruit salad.
Charcuterie board.
Yes.
That was another one.
Yes, we're the charcuterie tartan.
Charcuterie tartan.
He just loves meats and cheeses.
And cheese.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
Charcuterie is just Lunchables for grown-ups.
Yeah, indeed.
No, I love this tartan. I love this tartan. It's bright. It's optimistic. It looks good in any light. It's just well done, sir.
Thank you. I do my best. Very good. So, plug if you want to check out the Melting Pot Tartan. Please buy this crap. If you want to buy the Melting Pot Tartan, it is available now. Today, it's July 3rd through the end of this month is when we're doing the pre-order. So if you want one, speak now or potentially hold your peace. Yep, usakilts.com. Thank you, Jordan.
Were there any other questions or comments about it?
Let me see. Lots of people really, really happy with it.
Okay.
Jim Davis is asking, how do we get a swatch?
On the website. We actually sell swatches of the tartan on the website.
Yep.
So go to usakilts.com. Just type in the word swatch, SWATCH, and then you're going to click on 13 to 16 ounce wool. Pick, the tartan from the tartan gallery that we have there, and then we'll send you a swatch.
And then one last question from Earl Elf is this in PV? Is it available in PV?
No. Unfortunately, with a lot of the tartans that we're doing in the America's 250th collection, we're using some pretty different colors. It's not like just the standard bottle green, navy, scarlet red, bright yellow. We're using some very nuanced, very muted, very subtle colors. And the color palette available in polyviscose is not nearly as broad as what House of Edgar has in 13-ounce yarns. So generally speaking, there's only like 3 or 4 of the 13 that we've done in polyviscose. We're also reserving the PV for the ones that perform well in wool. So if the tartan doesn't, capitalistically speaking, if the tartan doesn't sell well in wool, I have no disillusions it's going to sell well in PV. So I wouldn't risk that amount of money to bring it out in PV. We're just going to, leave it in wool for the vast majority of these.
But if it does sell well, then there's incentive to maybe we invest in getting special thread done just for us. But that's business.
Yep, indeed.